Alright, so here we are on the next video of the Chrome Conceal Beginners SEO course. And in this video, I want to go over how to optimize your website and do on-page optimization. So before we even get started though, you need to, before we even start, if you plan on following along with the process, you're first going to need to go and buy a domain. And then you're going to need to set up hosting. And if you're unsure how to do that, if you're a complete newbie and you don't know how to do that, since I'm not teaching you how to do that, I'm only teaching you how to do SEO in this course, just Google it. Go to YouTube, go to Google and type in how to buy a domain and then how to set up hosting for that domain. And there should be some pretty blatant, easy forward videos that you can just check out that'll show you exactly how to set up your hosting on your domain. And then the next step is once you have your website hosted and on the internet, you need to Google how to install WordPress on my website, or you can just ask your hosting company. You can either Google it or ask your hosting company, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple and easy to figure out. But once you have your host and your domain set up, you need to install WordPress on it. Because it has the best features for doing SEO on your website. So you can also Google that as well. And then once you've done all that, once you've set everything up, you should be at this stage right here, which is the login page for your website for WordPress. So you can see I got my domain name right here, and we're on the login page right here, and we're just going to log in with the credentials that I created, and I'm going to show you how to optimize a website. So the first step to optimizing a website, I'm just going to show you some basic settings. Once again, this is just to give you a brief overview of SEO and how everything works. But once you go in there, basically I'm going to bring this over here just so you can see. I'm just going to show you an example of how to, a quick example of how to set up everything. So when you go to WordPress, go to your settings and click on post name for your URL settings right here, or permalink settings. Because when you create a post or a page on your website, you want it to use your post name. So you're just going to click post name and then hit save changes. So the first thing you want to do is add a couple plugins to your website. Plugins are basically added features that you can do to your website to make it a little bit more kind of advanced or cool, and give it, the features that it needs to run. So you're going to go to plugins, add new, and you're going to go to you're going to type in Yoast SEO, and you're going to search for Yoast SEO, and you're going to hit install now, because this is a necessary plugin that we need to do SEO on WordPress. And you're going to activate plugin. And basically what this lets you do, and I'll show you in a little bit what it lets you do, but we'll just leave it for now because I can't really show you yet. So the next plugin you want is, I don't even think you need really... I'm not going to get into any like advanced plugins. I'm just going to give you the basics. I mean, for SEO wise, that's, one of your main plugins that you really need. So I'm just going to show you kind of what it does. So you'll see here at the bottom it says SEO. You can actually go there now, and what it does is it creates an XML sitemap. So you can click on the XML sitemaps. And what a sitemap is basically it's a kind of like a, I don't even know how to explain it really. It's kind of like a thing, it's a sitemap. Basically, it's a map of your website, all the URLs and all the links on your website. It's a map of your site, basically. And when you create a sitemap, Google really likes that because it helps kind of Google navigate your site and understand everything about your site. So it's really beneficial. So that's what that plugin does there for the Google sitemaps. So yeah, there's not really too much you need to know about this right now. I'm not really trying to confuse you yet. But then, so let's just create a sample post. We're gonna create a sample post. So we're gonna go to pages here, we're going to go to pages, and we're going to create a sample page. So we're going to trash this one, and we're going to type in add new. If you don't know how to use WordPress, just look on YouTube for some tutorials. It's pretty simple to use, because once again, I'm showing you how to optimize a page rather than, actually how to use WordPress. So I'm just going to show you real quick how you would optimize a page. So let's say we want to rank for cat food. Let's say we want to rank for cat food, our famous cat food term. So if we type in cat food, you can see all these websites ranking on the first page. Obviously, this is a pretty bad example because you got like Walmart, you got like Petco, PetSmart. These are all authority domains that we would probably never outrank for this specific keyword, but we're just gonna go with the flow. So the first thing you want to do is enter your title. So you want to make sure your keyword is in your title. So you would type in, cat food. Let's just type in best cat food for obese cats. I don't know, something like that, right? So we got cat food in there, which is our keyword, and we even got, we used it again. We used cats again, and so yeah, we got our keyword used in the title. Now, I want to kind of explain something. There's a lot of people out there who say there's a specific, there's a lot of people who claim that there's a certain amount of times you should use your keyword in your article or on your website to rank in Google. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of that is BS. And the reason I say that is because every website is different. The best way to know how to rank in Google is by looking at the first page. Go to Google. If you want to find, so we're trying to rank for cat food. The best way to figure out how to optimize your website is go to the top three or top 5 websites that are ranking on Google and copy exactly what they're doing. Don't listen to the people that say there's a formula for what your on-page should look like, because there isn't. You should go to the top 5 websites that are ranking and copy what they're doing. And the reason I say that is because they're already on the first page, which means they're doing something right, which means their on-page optimization is on point, and that's the reason they're on the first page. So if you can copy what they're doing, you're going to get the same results, right? So rather than trying to, have a specific formula, look at the first page of Google, look at what everyone else is doing and copy them. So we can see here that we can see the URL that they're using. We can see the meta title that they're using. We can see the meta description that they're using. And so what we can do is basically copy almost all of what they're doing. Don't copy their content, but copy, the structure of everything, right? How many times are they using the keyword? How many words do they have on the page? How many images are they using with the alt text? So that's what you want to do. You want to go to these websites right here, click on the website, and obviously this is an e-commerce website because they're just selling bags of cat food. So once again, this is a bad example, but we're just going to use example purposes. Let's say the top 5 people had about 500 words. So you would put 500 words, and they used their keyword cat food 5 times. And so that's 1% of the time, which equals 1%. And maybe they used it once in the title, and maybe they used it once in, maybe they didn't. Most of them didn't even use it in the URL. They just put food or something, right? Or kitten food. Maybe they put kitten food in the URL. So what you want to do basically is, I'm not going to come here and tell you the exact strategy, how many words you need to be using, how many keywords should be in your article. What you need to do is go to the first page of Google, look at your competition, see where they're using their keywords. Are they using their keyword in the title? Are they using the keyword in the URL? Are they using the keyword in the article? How many times are they using the keyword in the article? How many words do they have in their article? What is the percentage, right? Just look at the top 5 guys and copy what they do. I'm not here to tell you that there's a specific formula, because there isn't. Every keyword is different, and that's why you need to be looking at the top guys, because they're on the first page for a reason. They're ranking. They're on the first page because they've got things right. They did their on-page optimization right. So copy them and get yours right. That's as simple as it is. So some things, I'll tell you what you need to be looking for. I'll type it in here. How many words they are using. So how many words, and then how many times they use their keywords in the article. Then then calculate the percentage. And what I mean by percentage is basically how many times are they using that keyword per the amount of words that they have. So if they use their keyword once out of 100 words, that's only 1%, right? So calculate the percentage and mimic that. You don't need to use the same amount of words, but try and hit the same amount of, the percentage of how many times they're using the word. Look at their URL structure and see if they use the keyword. Look at meta title and description and see if they use the keyword. So that's kind of what you're looking for. How many words are they using? How many times are they using the keyword in their article? Then calculate, the percentage and mimic that. Then look at the URL structure and see if they're using it in their URL. Look at the meta title. And basically, the meta title is this right here. This right here is the meta title. And to get that's not this title right here. This is completely different. The meta title is, remember that Yoast SEO plugin right here? That's this title right here. It says SEO title. So you can actually mimic the SEO title right here. So you can see it's showing up exactly what it would show up in the SERPs. So if they have it in their meta title, then you put it in the meta title, right? So if they have cat food in the meta title, you put cat food in the meta title, right? Blah, blah, blah. This is the meta description. So you see the meta description right here. You can alter that as well. So if they have it in the meta description, you put it in the meta description. So it's as simple as that. You just look at the top guys, mimic what they're doing, and copy them, and you're going to get the same results. And then once you're done, obviously you're just going to hit publish. And, obviously you want to add YouTube videos, pictures, stuff like that. But that's, I'm trying to cover the basics right now. And I don't need to, overcomplicate things. I want to keep it simple. Copy the guys that are ranking and do what they do. So once you're done, your page is going to be live. You're going to have the exact same, structure as your competitors, and that means your on-page optimization is probably going to be on point. And so once again, I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. If you're unsure how to use WordPress, Google how to use WordPress. But when it comes to on-page optimization, it comes down to copying your competitors, doing what they're doing, and you're going to get the same results that they're getting. So next video, I'm going to be going into more backlinking. Now that we got the on-page optimization done, we're going to get into backlinking, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching this. Hope it makes sense, and I'll talk to you soon.